I think your team. No, I hear what she's saying, but I think your team really y'all just need a shock, just to shock the world, a shock value, a shot in the arm. I mean, you can go draft one of these young boys again or whatever, but then you'll kind of still be like, is he gonna be good?
Where you been at the last few years?
Be, but if you draft Bronny, number one, you know this daddy coming. Now you got a 3-man. You can keep your same team. Now you got Bron playing the 3 with those 2, because you know he coming. The city gonna be turned up.
Do I gotta draft him number 1? No.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I'd rather get somebody with more college pedigree. Not to say that Bronny can't be
You're getting a package deal. It's a back end deal. You getting it's a back end. You getting him and his daddy
How
for
many
the
years
loan.
LeBron?
Hey, you got to hit the special knock on the room in the back.
Bro,
full secret book deal.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
For 1 year, LeBron?
Maybe 2.
Are the Hawks going to win a championship with that?
Y'all ain't going to win one with anybody y'all draft. So it don't matter. I don't care who y'all draft.
What the fuck is this, man? What?
I'm just talking about within 2 years. I'm talking about within 2 years.
Hey, the truth hurts.
Yeah, I don't like you very much.
I can draft 3, 4 people first number. Y'all don't got a chance of in hell doing that. But if for the shock value, why not?
Is that what you should do with the number 1 pick?
What do you have to lose? What
would shake up the world?
Okay, go get I've never even seen this SARS kid play. Could he play? Probably. But he's going to come into the league and do all that. Probably not. You know what I mean? But if you get Bronny, I know he probably don't deserve being number 1 pick. We know that. But you're getting his daddy. So that kind of elevates, you know what I mean? Like, don't that make him go up the ladder?
Like when the Clippers traded out for Paul George, knowing you getting Kawhi too.
You know what I mean?
The package deal.
You know what I mean? You don't got to think about it?
You would do it no questions asked.
Why not?
That cannot be
I would probably get fired the next day, probably, yeah. But the city, But the city would love. I wouldn't have to pay for a meal in Atlanta again.
Hey, let me tell you
Trust
this.
me.
Let me tell you this. From a marketing side, that will work for them.
I'm just saying.
That will work for the city. Here it is.
What?
You know, Atlanta is big on all their sports teams. Then, you know, you're getting NBA icon to come here. You ain't even really thinking too much about his son. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh shit, Bron on the way. Like, yo, you ordering your Bron jersey?
Everybody,
I want my Bron.
Do I have to?
My Bron sneakers.
What if I got another pick? What if I got?
Now y'all gonna put yourself at risk because somebody else might have the same game plan, and I'm trying to put you.
He's not going to Charlotte.
I'm trying to put your boots on, man. I'm trying to put.
You never know. Charlotte is making changes. I didn't know this, and they were fine.
You trying to tell me
I saw over the last week or so they making changes, so you never know.
That's true.
They talking about it in somebody's war room. They got to
right
be talking
right now.
Right now they talking about, man. Listen,
I heard LeBron's
man.
looking at spots in Buckhead. Is what I'm hearing,
Bruh. I'm trying to just trust your OG, man. Trust me.
Hey, it'll be great money. I'm telling you, it'll be the number 1 jersey, for sure. You know what I'm saying? As I said, the city won't even be thinking about his son too much. You know, because his son is gonna get overshadowed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only sad thing about. I look at it as, you know, playing with your son. From that standpoint, but you know, from that father standpoint, to be in the NBA and play with your son, that's fucking awesome.
Man,
you know, if you get that opportunity, I can't front on that. That's awesome. But on the back end of it, you know, with you being the figure and the icon that you are, you're going to overshadow his production, his everything out there.
Which is what you want, right? While he gets his feet under him?
I mean, I don't know if that's really what you want because at some point, here it is. I got to stand on my own, too. I can't keep living off my daddy. I got to prove to everybody that I can play. Even though we don't play the same position, you know what I'm saying? I still got to prove that I can play out here. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Don't know if y'all saw him talking CP3 and AI.
Oh, really?
He said both were, like, they were just as good, but he said CP3's career was better. I think we got the clip here.
Chris Paul just as good as Allen Iverson, bro. Oh.
Fuck no.
For real, bro.
Chris Paul is one of the greatest.
Better than Allen Iverson.
Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards to ever bless the court.
His career is better than Allen Iverson.
I ain't rolling, bro. AI.
He ain't more influential than AI. No way.
That matters, though.
No way.
Nobody wants to be
like CP3. But career?
Nobody wants to be like CP3.
How do we feel? Who had a better career? You say you disagree?
Yeah, I ain't rolling with it. I'm gonna say I'm gonna for sure say AI, because not only did he have an influential, You know what I'm saying? Over a lot of cats in the hood. Like, it's a different type of player. Like, y'all not understanding, bro. This motherfucker is a rock star. Okay? Like, all right, so, coming off of the bus, you in different cities, how, you might have some people out there, hey, Bonzi, can I get an autograph? And, as you walking into the hotel, grabbing your bag or some shit, right? So, they little security, or they got the ropes. Dog, when he got traded to Detroit, when we played them, well, when we went anywhere he was playing, dog, this shit, it was like going into a concert. It was like a red carpet event, yo. I'm talking flashing everywhere. I'm like, damn. Like, and it just, his influence over a lot of cats has been crazy. But as far as when it comes to the game,
I was like, yeah, did he have a better career? Was he a better
they're
player?
two different style point guards. Like, PG is a setup point guard. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come down, set the table up. Hey, Bonds, you supposed to be in the corner, not right there in the corner, and you gonna have to come through. He's that type of point guard. AI, at first, he was the type of point guard to come down. I'm gonna bring the ball down court. I'm gonna call a play. As soon as I hit Eric Snow, it's on and cracking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm coming off like 5 or 6 screens and this and that, and boom, I'm ripping, I'm going, and also look at, Chris had the Olympic thing, you know what I'm saying? But, man, Chuck, hey, man, shit. Dog, yeah, I'm going with Chuck with that, dog. Like, I can go on and on for days and days, but I'm going to stop it right there. I got to go with Chuck, man, because more of a dynamic player. And it's no disrespect to CP3. I love him. That's my guy. I love his mom. I love his dad.
2 great players.
It's my guy. But, man, whoa, it's a big difference, though.
He's got the MVP, 11 All-Star games, 7 All-NBAs. Chris Paul, 12 All-Star games, 11 All-NBAs, but 9 All-Defense teams. None for AI. So what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, and everything you said was right, and everything, his homies were saying was right about AI. AI was, and we just talking about careers. We ain't talking about position. We just talking about careers, right?
Just career, yeah.
Obviously, AI is better culturally. But, man, I got a chance to play with CP3 my last year in the league. And, man, I remember I got with him and I was, messing with him. I was just watching him. I was like, this dude is good. Like, he good. No disrespect to any point guard I ever played with. Man, he's the best point guard I ever played with in terms of, and I used to call home talking to my homeboys. I was like, man, if CP was a hungry to get basket, he could average 30 in the league. Because I've never seen nobody with a handle like him that can get anywhere on the court, that can shoot,
not going to steal the ball from him,
dribble, and he playing defense. And, I used to mess with him. We used to hang a lot when I first got down there. And I used to be like, man, bro, you should be out here getting 30. Like, he had a good game. I'm like, bro, you can do this every night. He was like, nah, Bonds, man. He said, man, the way my team's set up, he's like, man, I got Mo Pete and Peja Sijakovic on my wing, so I got to make sure I get them getting shots. I got Tyson Chandler setting this middle ball screen and roll where he's rolling to the rim.
Table.
David West is coming up, relocating up for the free throw line. So I'm just really just trying to get everybody, everybody going before I do my thing. And I just looked at him. I was like, man, it was crazy. But it was just like, that's who he was. He don't mind. Can he go get 30? Yes, he could probably get 30 every night. But he was such a point guard where he was trying to make your game get off and facilitate. And so that's what I think in terms of greatness, and people think knowing how good he really was probably hurt him. But man, trust me, that's probably, I argue with my guy Chris Broussard all the time that, I used to have Chris Paul on my Mount Rushmore of point guards because he was that good in my mind. But I didn't get the chance to see all the other point guards. But just getting a chance to see him, I was very, very impressed. But to kind of put him up against a guy like AI, I think it's unfair because of all of his, culturally influence. But Chris Paul was a great one, but I probably wouldn't put him above AI's in terms of career.
CP3 a great point guard. Ain't nobody taking that away. Like I was saying, he sets the table.
Yeah.
And as you just said, I got my 2 wings. I got to make sure that D West, as he coming out, I got him for the pop on the pick and roll pop. And I go to the hole. I got Tyson Chandler. Let me throw that shit up for the lob. Yeah. And so yeah, he sets that table. But man, like you going to eat off of Chuck as well for the simple fact everybody going to be so focused on him and all he going to do.
He draws.
Yeah, and he just dropping, you know what I'm saying, for the quick ones. Because I think as well with playing him, I think Mutombo at the time when they went to the finals, his scoring average went up. Eastno's scoring average went up.
Just the easy looks he's creating.
It's just the easy looks. You know, I think my homie Aaron McKee was shooting at a higher clip as far as, you know, getting more wide open shots because, you know, Chuck is going to draw everyone in as he gets to the basket. And for him to be so little and still get to that motherfucking basket, you know, making them shots over bigs, it was like, shit. Like, man.
Crazy.
I feel like it's somewhat even. Like neither had a championship, so that can't be like what's held over the other one's head. But how much do you weigh that when thinking about a player's career? We got a poll. I think it's still going on who had a better career. But how much do you weigh a championship when talking about somebody's career?
I mean, when their stuff is kind of similar, that's the only thing you can really go to. You know what I mean? But you know, obviously Chuck got an MVP. You know, but CP had 8. When you said 9 all defensive teams, how many Chuck make?
9, none for AI.
And that's crazy because he probably led the league in steals several times. You know,
so, he did.
But you know, he wasn't. You know, he had played on the ball in hockey, but you know, he was one of them rovers. You better not throw no lambs out there because he gonna go get
pick
it.
Six,
pick six. He's gone. You know, if you better not be loose with the ball because he's swiping. You know what I mean? But that's crazy. He never made no all defensive team. That's
none. KG or Tim Duncan?
Oh.
Who's the better player in their prime? We'll get a poll going as well, but better player in their prime.
Are we including accolades? Championship?
You can include whatever you like.
Are we talking about play? You said player, like hooping wise, like who do we want to hoop with, or who do we just think career wise was better? Because you know,
I mean, career wise, I feel like
that's
what I'm saying. It's tough to go 5-1
so
accolades
wise.
That's what we talk. Who was the better player?
Okay, I'm in a prime. I'm gonna say KG because KG carried that team. He carried Minnesota. Tim Duncan had help in his prime. You know what I'm saying? He had
the main one, but
he had a great line of veterans. When he first came in the league, you know, D-Rob, Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott, Mario Ellie, you know, that's a great lineup of veterans. And, you know, me had already won chips and stuff. So, but KG carried that Minnesota team. You know, at first when you thought about Minnesota, that's who you're thinking of. You know, when you thought about San Antonio, at first, you know, you're thinking about David Robinson because, you know, he was the admiral, that was the anchor, he was the face of that team. And yeah, Tim Duncan came along and he had success, but I don't know if he would have been able to carry a team early on,
like if you
the way that KG did. You know, KG was that everything for that team. Now Tim Duncan didn't become that until, you know, he was seasoned later in his career, you know, and then that's when he got the likes to play with Manu and
but he got to grow
Tony
into
Parker.
Like
he got to grow into it to carry his team, but. In the prime from the door, no, I would say KG.
Are we trying to win a championship or just a game?
Does that change your answer?
Yeah. I mean, see, KG, you got to think, and we got to be real. When KG first got in the league, KG wanted to play defense and rebound way more than he wanted to score. You know what I mean? Way more than he wanted to score.
But he still had to carry that team.
By the time he got in his third, fourth, fifth year, that's when he started getting like 20 maybe. I think something like that. But he wasn't.
17, 20,
yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Tim had almost been at 20 his whole career.
He's 22.
Cause shit, you know why? Because we got to worry about the other motherfucker on the other side. We can't double him.
Yeah, but you got to understand, but Minnesota wasn't one of those top-tier teams, so you know what I'm saying? When you're on one of them teams, somebody got to score.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, Tim Duncan went into a space where it just so happened that San Antonio, you know, was bad for that season, you know.
Right, Robinson got hurt. They were a playoff team. Robinson got hurt, and they got the number one pick.
That's how they ended up with that slot with getting Tim Duncan, but if David Robinson wouldn't have got hurt, they wouldn't have never got Tim Duncan because they wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, that low.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Early on, Tim had help. Like, shit, you got to worry about David Robinson. You know, look at that team he had. And Sean Elliott, you know, the good casting crew that he had compared to that young Minnesota team. Because remember, that was also a franchise, a beginning franchise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the
you got to look at it.
expansion
Yeah,
teams,
they're not going to give Minnesota all of the top guys in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's who Tim was playing with early on in his career. So again, in the prime, as we said, for me, yeah, I'm gonna go with Ticket.
Yeah, and KG
Between them two.
I'm gonna go with Ticket as well too. Ticket just man, his energy is infectious, man, and how hard he play, the type of dude he is, man. You want to go to war with guys like him. I'm not saying you don't want to go to war with a guy like Tim, because Tim showed it.
Yeah, you do.
He's a champion, but just more for how I am. I think me and KG would vibe way more. So I think me and Tim would. You know what I mean? Because KG just, man, if you ain't never been around me, man, like, man, it's the funniest dude you ever want to be around, man.
Now, you said game and championship. Which is your answer for?
I mean, if I'm trying to win the championship, obviously he got 5 rings and KG got 1. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But because Tim, you know, he just get it done. But he had, like you said, he had better teams. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't mention Kawhi, Tony Parker.
Yeah, so he had better players, obviously. But
Popovich.
And I think the other thing with Tim that he lucked up on, he was, I think, one of like 3 dudes that played in our era that stayed in the same city that drafted him.
Yep, him, Dirk, and Cole.
And Cole, yep.
Yep, him, Dirk, and Cole.
Poll is in. The people say 64% going Tim Duncan.
Yeah, they looking at the chips.
He got the chips.
The accolade. I'll say he's
right. But
he's
the
got
question
those,
was, that's why we had to focus in on the
Yeah.
question being in the prime.
Right. Yeah, TD's got the edge in rings. He's got MVPs 2-1.
all that, yeah.
Finals MVPs. KG does have he's got the DPOY and more all defensive teams.
Yeah.
So if you're saying you wanted that defensive anchor, like you said, while he got to grow into that 20, 25 point a game guy. I give him passing as well. I feel like KG was
Oh, man.
for a big guy back then, getting like 5, 6 assists. Timmy wasn't doing that, even though he could pass. Yeah,
Right.
For sure.
Right. But no, because KG was obviously, you know, getting that ball more. And I would say that because he was the number 1 option.
He was the
You
hub,
know,
yeah.
even early on in Tim's career, in his prime, he wasn't that number 1 option at first. You know, we all know it was Dave. And, you know, now I'm not saying Tim Duncan was chop suey down there, you know what I'm saying, or playing on the block opposite of Dave. But, you know, when it was early on in the crunch time, yeah, hey, Pop drawing things up for Dave. You know, he going to give Tim the game winners more on, like, the mediocre teams and shit like that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But the big games, yeah.
Going D-Rob.
Yeah, he going with D-Rob. You know, but Tim, obviously, you know, we all, like you said, he had the career that he had. And he had a chance to play with other great players. And he stayed there his whole career. You know, people don't realize that's a big benefit, yo.
Right.
To be able to stay in the city your whole career. You play, what, like 16 through like 20 years?
We had a retirement today, boys. Somebody join y'all's ranks. Blake Griffin.
Oh.
Retired, I think it was 14 years, 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, college player of the year. Is he a Hall of Famer? What do we?
Negative.
He's
I'll say that outright. Negative. He's not a Hoffer.
Why?
No, Blake's a good talent, but see, here's the thing, and it goes back to he needed to get with a veteran team because see, he's a piece. He was a piece that a veteran team would need it with the excitement, with him running the floor, high flying that he does. If I need the game-winning bucket, though, only way I can go to him is if the coach designed a hell of an alley-oop play, and I know
He had a little bag for a minute. Blake used to go out and get a bucket now.
Good actors.
Run the
Good
break, yeah.
Good activate.
Nah, Blake used to
I'm
get
not
active
rolling.
now.
I'm not rolling. That's only because things settled down and got more and more less in the league. But other than that, I'm not rolling with that. Fuck out of here. If it was still like playing against other hard power forwards again, like when we were in the league and shit, like, nah. Now, I played against him a couple times. No, it ain't his fault. He
he get you?
He did, but no.
He never dunked on you?
No, smart. All you gotta do is step on his launch pad before he's able to take off. Then what are you gonna do?
that's a vet move right there.
What are you gonna do?
What do any of those words you just said mean?
So that means if you are that dunker, and it's like, say the rim is like right about here, so it's like you know your range, like one more step and I got.
Close off.
No, but if
He just jumped straight over. Y'all seen what Blake Griffin does. You're familiar with his work.
no, but here's the thing though. That's the thing. He got to the launch pad, but if I take that step or two forward,
before he gets
And as you crouch down like this, and I'm stepping forward, I'm
jumping straight up
a
over
little
your
forearm.
forearm.
It's
Little
just
shivvy,
no.
little shivvy.
It'll be a forearm shiver, and it's gonna go like this.
Yeah.
Clippers
A
Blake
pass.
jumping straight up over your head,
You
man.
crazy as shit.
Nah. Hell no. You know,
Hey,
but
we need to start drug testing this show.
no, but I really
No,
like
we
Blake.
don't.
I really like Blake though. I really like Blake. I think he was a great player. I've heard nothing but great things about him. I was, being with Coach Stoudemire, he told me the stories about him when he was in Boston. He was just a great teammate, a great guy. I never heard stories about him, so just listening to Coach. But, you can't really put that Hall of Fame on him because he, obviously he didn't win a chip. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a thing, you know what I'm saying? So if they put him in Hall of Fame, what they going to do with him?
I'm not going in there. I ain't worried about going.
We know you're not going, you wasn't good enough.
No, I wasn't. Shit,
but-
I told you that.
I know, but
That's my guy.
Blake, Griffin, Rashid, I'm going to take Blake. Now I'm just fucking with you.
Well, the thing,
I take Blake.
No, but Blake, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but I think he was a great player. You know what I'm saying? I think he had an excitement. He came in the NBA at the right time when he came to the Clippers at the right time when they needed that shot in the arm. So I think he was great for the game, but I don't know if he'll get the Hall of Fame honors, honestly.
I said, thing is, it's basketball Hall of Fame, so it's not just NBA. He had a great college career, so they'll add to that too. I don't think he had any Olympic stuff.
Reaching, ain't you?
I'm just saying, they put there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame you would think are probably not in the Hall of Fame because they consider international career, collegiate career,
Yeah, your
NBA,
basketball
coaching,
career.
executive, analyst. Like they consider literally.
No, I don't think his
Everything.
body of work
Everything.
was like that though. I mean,
I don't either.
they had a couple good years out in LA,
Yeah, Clippers has. some good lines.
but they didn't do too much though. Where they went no further than the second round.
Yeah, they never made the conference finals.
So I mean,
Who was coaching them then?
don't get me wrong,
Who was coaching them then? Do you recall?
Mr. 3-1 himself probably.
Don't get him started on Doc.
On who? No, I'm not talking about Julius Erving here. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's the body of work ain't there. He's a great entertainer. I'm not taking it away from him. His vertical jump was probably higher than mine. You know what I'm saying?
It was for
and he
sure
probably
higher,
caught
yeah.
more bodies than me.
It was like so.
Still.
It was so much higher. Respectfully. It was so much higher.
Make sure y'all get that. But he's a great entertainer. Like shit, I know any type of guard would love to play with him.
For sure.
Cause why? He's gonna make me look good. Like if the rim is right here and I throw that bitch way the hell over here, oh, you gonna go get it? Go get it!